Ever wondered how to make the perfect Philly cheesesteak at home? For many people, this iconic dish stands as a pinnacle of American street food. Today, we're embarking on a culinary expedition to recreate the magic of this luscious sandwich right in your kitchen, without the need for any professional culinary skills. Rest assured, we'll be breaking down the process into manageable, uncomplicated steps that anybody can follow. The Philly cheesesteak, a beloved delicacy from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, has a storied history and an acclaimed spot in the nation's culinary landscape. This sandwich is a glorious combination of thinly sliced steak, gooey cheese, and caramelized onions, all cradled in a soft hoagie roll. It's a recipe that drips with flavor, and we're about to reveal how to emulate it, achieving remarkable results without stepping foot outside your home. The first order of business is gathering your ingredients. This might seem like a straightforward step, but it's essential to get it right. For the steak, you'll require approximately 1 pound of thinly sliced ribeye, or the choice between ribeye and sirloin depends on your preferred flavor. Ribeye being more robust and fat marbled, whereas sirloin is leaner and milder. Next on the list, you'll need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. This might seem like a minor detail, but the oil is a critical component. It not only helps to cook the steak, but ensures that all the flavors meld beautifully, imbuing every bite with an irresistible savoriness. The recipe also calls for 1 large onion, thinly sliced. Onions, when properly caramelized, provide a sweet counterpoint to the savory steak, enhancing the overall taste profile of the sandwich. The caramelization process is an art in itself, transforming the humble onion into a golden, aromatic delight. Salt and pepper are added to taste. These classic seasonings bring out the natural flavors of the beef and onions, creating a harmonious blend of tastes that make your taste buds sing. The vessel for our cheesesteak is the hoagie roll. You'll be needing 4 of these, soft yet sturdy enough to hold the heaping ingredients without falling apart. It's the perfect canvas for our steak and cheese masterpiece. Then comes the cheese, the proverbial cherry on top. You'll require 8 slices of either provolone or American cheese. Provolone offers a sharp, tangy contrast to the steak, while American cheese is creamier and melts beautifully, enveloping the steak slices in a velvety blanket. Lastly, if you're feeling adventurous, consider adding optional toppings such as sautéed mushrooms, bell peppers, or jalapenos. Addition brings its unique twist to the sandwich, with mushrooms adding an earthy depth, bell peppers offering a sweet crunch, and jalapenos injecting a fiery kick. These extras aren't traditional, but they do provide a fantastic opportunity to make your Philly cheesesteak your own. The process of making a Philly cheesesteak is as much a labor of love as it is a culinary task. It's about relishing each step, the sizzle of the steak, the aroma of the onions, and the melting cheese's mouth-watering sight. So, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and embark on this gastronomic journey? If you're feeling adventurous, consider adding optional toppings such as sautéed mushrooms, bell peppers, or jalapenos. Begin by preparing the steak. For those of you who are novices in the kitchen, I would like to give you a few pointers to help you overcome any intimidation you may have with handling beef. Steak, in particular, can be a daunting ingredient, especially if you're not accustomed to preparing it. However, let me assure you, it's a lot simpler than you might think, and with a few tips and tricks up your sleeve, you can cook steak like a pro. First, let's discuss the importance of selecting the right cut of beef. The quality of your steak is dependent on the cut you choose. You want a cut that's tender yet flavorful, marbled yet lean. If you're unsure, don't hesitate to ask your butcher for advice. They'll be able to guide you to the perfect cut for your meal. Assuming that your beef isn't already thinly, you're going to want to pop it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. This may seem like an unusual step, but it's a crucial one. The freezer is your friend in this scenario. When the steak is slightly frozen, it firms up, making it easier to slice. This might seem like a minor detail, but trust me, it can make all the difference when it comes to the final texture of your dish. Once your beef is sufficiently firm, it's time to slice it. Remember, precision is key. You want thin, even slices for this dish. This not only ensures that your steak cooks evenly, but it also gives your dish a more refined presentation. Once you've sliced your beef, it's time to pat it dry. This is another important step that beginners often overlook. Patting your beef dry with paper towels helps to remove any moisture from the surface of the steak. This ensures a perfect sear when you cook. Let's talk seasoning. A simple seasoning of salt and pepper is all you need for this dish. These basic ingredients, although simple, are capable of bringing out the natural flavors of your steak, making it savory, juicy, and absolutely delicious. Then, it's time to sauté the onions. Onions are a versatile ingredient that can add depth and complexity to your dish. They can transform a simple steak dish into something more flavorful and aromatic. To sauté onions, begin by heating 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in a large skillet over medium heat. You want to ensure that the oil covers the entire surface of the skillet. This prevents your onions from sticking and ensures they cook evenly. Before you add them to the skillet, make sure you are thinly sliced. This not only helps with even cooking, but also gives your dish a more elegant presentation. Toss in your sliced onions and let the magic happen. You'll want to cook them until they're soft and caramelized. This should take about 5 to 7 minutes. The onions should be a beautiful golden brown color, and you'll know they're done when they're soft and sweet to the taste. Once your onions are done, set them aside. Make sure to keep your skillet hot for the next steps. It's important to maintain the temperature of your skillet in order to achieve the perfect sear for your steak. This is just one of those little tricks that can elevate your cooking from good to great. It may seem like a lot of steps, but trust me, each one contributes to the final delicious result. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you cook, the more comfortable you'll become with these techniques. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and experiment with new ingredients and flavors. After all, that's what makes cooking so exciting and fulfilling. Set your onions aside and keep your skillet hot. Next, cook your steak in the same skillet. Add another tablespoon of oil over medium-high heat, then add the thinly sliced beef. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes, stirring occasionally until it's browned and cooked through. Now it's time to bring it all together. Combine the sautéed onions with the cooked beef in the skillet. Feel free to add any optional toppings at this point. Place slices of cheese over the beef and onion mixture and let it melt to cover the mixture. While the cheese is melting, prepare the hoagie rolls. Slice them horizontally, but leave one side attached. Think butterfly style. If you prefer a crunch to your roll, you can toast the rolls in the oven for a few minutes. Finally, assemble the cheesesteak. Spoon the beef, onion, and melted cheese mixture into the hoagie rolls. And voila! You've just made a perfect Philly cheesesteak at home. Remember, the best way to enjoy it is to serve it immediately while it's still hot. That's when the flavors truly come alive. Now go ahead and enjoy your delicious homemade Philly cheesesteak.